Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving my review for a classic, in my opinion. I would categorize this as a classic. It is what is the year on it? Hang on. 1957, so you see why I say classic. Uh, Black and white film called The Three Faces of Eve. Uh, Been wanting to see this one. I really like movies involving like psychological stuff like this. It just really interests me. Um, and I know it says on here uh, that Joanna Woodward brought home a best actress Oscar for her role in this, and I could definitely see why. This movie was really good. Um, so glad to own it on Blu-ray. My wife, she caught it towards the beginning. I had just started it, so she didn't miss much at all. She actually got really into it as well, which I was actually shocked about, not because of it being just an older film, but just in general we don't have always the same type of taste when it comes to movies. But she actually really liked this as well. I don't know what she would give it because I can't ask her. She's not down here right now. She went upstairs for something. But I loved everything about this. Um, the only downfall, and I'll go ahead and say it now, and this is why it's not a 5 out of 5 star for me, was even though it was 91 minutes, it did feel longer. I don't know what they could have done to change that. I've been noticing that a lot with the older films because right now I'm doing a Marilyn Monroe marathon of films, which I will be doing my reviews for all of them once I finish them all. I got 6 more to go. I've noticed these films, even though they, say they're 91 minutes, 80-some minutes, whatever, they can feel longer for me. But that was my only downfall. I think acting was really good in this. Loved the story. Kept me invested. It did take a while to get to that third personality, but I think that was because the third personality was actually supposed to be her herself, and the first two are her alter egos, if you will, her other two personalities. So the woman we meet is not her; it's her other self. And by the time the movie ends, we meet we see the real, what's her name, Eve White, or I think by the end, her real name is Jane or Jan, or does it say on here? Not sure. I don't think it says. But it says on here, it even has a film fact on here, which I think is neat. It says this film is based on the real-life story of a South Carolina woman who ultimately manifested 22 different personalities over her lifetime. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. I'm definitely in more of a classic kick binge right now of movies. I've been trying to beef up my classic film collection. I had bought uh, a Jack Lemmon set as well as the Out of Towners, a double feature set. So I will be watching some Jack Lemmon films at some point. I still need to watch Odd Couple 2 and Grumpier Old Man, which is basically Grumpy Old Man 2. But yeah, I've definitely been on a classic kick lately. So very happy to own this. This is definitely staying in the collection. I can definitely see myself watching this again down the line. But I loved it. It was black and white. Like I said, the acting was great. I like how they made it seem iffy on if she was actually lying or not, because when she would switch personalities, it would be, she would basically like bring her head down and then come back up, and she'd be somebody else. So I could definitely see, in a time where they didn't really know a lot about it, I could understand why they thought she was lying as well, with how she switched back and forth like that. It definitely kind of seems like she'd be faking it, even though she wasn't. Uh, and, it was nice that they actually showed you, even though it was tragic, but they actually showed you what caused her to split her personality, and stuff like that. Thankfully it wasn't nothing like I had thought they might have win. It was definitely, it's definitely something for, as an adult, it probably wouldn't affect us, but as a kid it would more than likely affect them in that way. So it definitely made sense of why her personality split the way it did. But yeah, I'd highly recommend this one. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Like I said, the only reason I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 was because it slightly did feel like it was a little bit longer than the runtime said. But overall, a great movie. Love having it. Glad to have it in the collection. So, highly recommend it. But that is everything from my review for the Three Faces of Eve. So please comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for our videos, and we'll see you on the next one.